Army versus Marines. Alliances don't collapse overnight. They drift. Before we begin, a brief note. This analysis is not an argument for American withdrawal from Europe, nor is it a call for deeper involvement. It is an examination of strategic realities, historical patterns, and the unintended consequences that emerge when great powers step back or step in. Explanation is not endorsement. It is context. Let's break it down. The drift begins quietly, slowly, one handshake at a time. France calls for independence. Germany hesitates. Norway opens quiet channels to Russia. Canada's deal with China signals it is serious about shift from US. And the United Kingdom prepares for a Europe that may soon stand alone. But the United States isn't leaving. Not really, because if America truly walks away, Europe doesn't just lose a protector, it risks becoming its own greatest threat. For 75 years, stability in Europe has rested on one constant: American presence. The Army, the juggernaut with its heavy forces anchoring deterrence. The Marines, the first to fight providing rapid response capability. U.S. forces acting as stabilizers between rival powers. A living reminder that escalation has consequences, not through conquest, through credibility, through presence, through commitment. Remove that anchor too quickly, and history doesn't repeat. It accelerates. But in 2026, a new question is being asked openly. At the Munich Security Conference, after a standing ovation, Senator Marco Rubio posed the question that Europe has avoided for decades. Armies do not fight for abstractions. Armies fight for a people. Armies fight for a nation. Armies fight for a way of life. And that is what we are defending. But then comes the harder question, the one the applause can drown out. What exactly is the United States defending, and what is it receiving in? The numbers tell their own story. When people say the United States only contributes about 16% to NATO, they are referring to the alliance's common operational budget, roughly $4 to $5 billion annually. But that's not where the real imbalance lies. In total defense spending across NATO, the United States accounts for roughly 65 to 70% of the alliance's overall military expenditure. That disparity, not the common fund, is what fuels the burden-sharing debate. According to recent reporting, NATO members average roughly 2% of GDP on defense. And the United States, it accounts for the majority of NATO's total defense output. Trump's 2026 pressure campaign. President Trump has continued to push NATO allies to increase defense spending, arguing that Europe must take more responsibility for its own security. His position is blunt. The 2% target is outdated. NATO members should aim for 4% of GDP. The U.S. can no longer afford to disproportionately fund the alliance. And if allies don't step up, America may reconsider its commitments. Some European leaders are alarmed. Others quietly admit the pressure is working. Defense budgets across Europe have surged since 2022. The underlying message is unmistakable: take care of yourselves. So why is the United States stepping back? Not to abandon Europe, not to collapse NATO, but to force a reckoning, a recognition that alliances are not maintained by sentiment. They are maintained by shared burdens, shared risks, and shared costs. For decades, Europe relied on American power as a strategic constant. Now that constant is shifting, not disappearing, shifting. And when constants shift, systems drift. This is the moment of drift, not a collapse, not a crisis, a recalibration. The Army remains the anchor. The Marines remain the rapid edge. American power remains the stabilizer. But the question echoing from Munich to Washington is no longer whispered. What is the West defending, and who is willing to defend it? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is the Sentinel Brief. Thanks for watching.